So when doing 3D ideas, there's lots of things that you can do. A most popular one is to make it look like seaweed. So you can take a coil and you're going to score and slip. And you could make something look like seaweed up the sides. You can also use the clay if you wanted to cut out little starfish. However you want to do for ocean themed. Okay, so I'm going to take my little bits and apply them where I want. So I'm going to do a starfish on top. Make sure you're scoring well. It can be as basic as a starfish. It can be as elaborate as mermaids, boats, octopus. It's really up to you. Now you can see the score marks, right? You know how I feel about that. So we're going to smooth that. We're going to use our paintbrush and we're going to seal that edge well. All the way around. This is going to prevent lifting. So if that's all the 3D that you want to do, totally fine. But if you want to, you have the time, experiment with something. Try and be a little creative. Push yourself into doing something that you weren't really sure it was going to work. Try it. You could always take it off if you don't like it. So here's my little coral or seaweed. All right. Try. You can use the back end of this as like a loop tool. So if you wanted to make different, cutouts, you can. But if you don't like it, that's okay. Just take it off then. You can always smooth it out. But take a risk. Try it. You might end up really liking it. Some other textures that you might want to try. Using the end, the loop end of your paper clip is going to make some cool patterns. You can use the end of your tool. You can also use the end of the dowel. I had a student that wanted to make barnacles, so they added little barnacles up the side. They don't have to look perfect. Then they used a pencil to kind of just go in, and it kind of creates a cool texture. You can use your pen. So if you're going to make a fish, this could maybe be bubbles. We have a bunch of different sizes. Look around and see what you have in your house. You can trace around for different sizes, overlap. smooth over, make it look like an octopus. However you want to do it. What I want to avoid are the fish that look like elementary school. You can't do that. You can make it fancy. That works. You can even print something and lay it on and trace over it. That's fine too. But look at different fish. There's so many really cool looking fish. Right? You can use just the back end to create little scales. To have really pretty fins, betta fish. So you experiment, try, trace, do whatever you want to do. You have to have at least 10 different textures on this piece. So if we count what I've done so far, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. Ooh, maybe the side of this. 10. This texture is super cool. Just gave me an idea for my starfish. That bumpy texture is gonna look really cool. Maybe I want it a little bit more. Now, as you pack this up to come back, make sure that you wrap it well with newspaper and you put it back in the box. Don't separate the top from the bottom. You want them to stay on top of each other so they dry together. Otherwise, this top is going to dry at a different speed and it might not fit back from the bottom. The other thing that I would suggest is that you use any extra newspaper that you have and insulate your box just to create some cushion. So let me show you how that works. Here's my box. It's all done. Love it. Go ahead and just crumple up some newspaper. You're gonna do this all around so that way it really has a cushion to lean into because it's gonna be jostled from home to school. Bring all your materials back, but you can bring them back at a later time. When we return to class, what I'm mostly concerned about is just having this piece. So if you want to take it in 2 trips, bring me the piece first, and then you can bring me back any clay, materials, supplies that you still have at home. But use the box that you're given to just pack up your project nicely, okay? Good luck.